The thing with affiliate links is that there's not a lot of commission earning for the amount of graft that you have to put in. A lot of people are asking the question of what online business or what sales business or what shop do I start? And it's like, look, before you even get there, you need to learn about sales and marketing. You can't sell anything if you don't know how to sell.
No one wants to be original though, because they want to know what everyone else is doing that works and just copy it.
When you really believe that you can do something and you're around other people that believe it as well and will push you and support you, you're like, fucking bring me the next thing. Like, where's the next hurdle? You feel on top of the world. If you're around really good people, that leaves you that feeling of limitless. Why do we think people will still say money is evil?
You could say people that think money is evil are people that don't have any money.
The younger generation are getting used to talking about bigger numbers, understanding, but there is that flip side where there are quite a lot of young people that expect it to be handed, because that's what they're seeing online, is that it seems to be quite easy to obtain, and putting in years of effort is like, well, that's not what my phone's telling me.
They're just spoiled now, aren't they?
If you're seeing things online that are making you question your journey, where you are at, the stage that you're at, and should you be a little bit further ahead, or I'm not doing as well as them, that's actually probably an indication that you just need to wipe that out. Hey everyone, welcome back. We are here with the first Peak Performance podcast. So we are going to be talking about online presence, online money, building online businesses, and also we're going to be covering off the reactions and also the interest around interviewing people in the street and what they've got to say, like real life opinions of people in the street. So firstly, 2023, January, people are wanting to get moving, start new businesses. You know, we're no expert on every online business, but we certainly know our stuff. So what do you think? Where's the space?
Well, I think from the interviews we had yesterday, I think content creators.
Big. I think content creation is one of the first go-tos. I think when people are like, I don't know what to start, I haven't got the money. I think content is probably one of the first port of calls, is to actually start a brand, start a business by creating, well, essentially it's actually your name, isn't it? It's quite funny really, because starting a business or a brand is now very much about Aaron Knightley, Paul Stapleton. It's the name, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what other things, let's go back to content creation, but what other things are we aware of?
Well, there's, I think it was brought up yesterday as well, product selling on socials.
Yeah.
That's something you can do with little to zero money, selling products with affiliate links, drop shipping, online courses.
A lot of people mention Amazon FBA. I get asked this, but anytime I do a TikTok live now, a lot of people are talking about Amazon FBA. I'm not an expert. I understand what it is. It's essentially finding the product that you want to sell on Amazon. You never physically have to hold the product, but obviously if you hit that product that is highly resellable, you can make a good profit. But it's all like profit and loss, isn't it? It's margins. I don't know how I feel about dealing with margins all the time. It's because you have to be really sort of careful on what you're purchasing, how much for to the resale, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think a lot of these people on Amazon FBA they're not even having to buy stock, are they? This is stock that other people have, and they're like affiliate links. They're selling other people's stock, and then the other people ship it. So it's, I suppose it's like co-selling or something like that. So I think there are, what is it? It's like the old Avon ladies, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. What was it called?
Avon.
No, there was another one. What's the
like Pampered Chefs?
Arbonne. Is it Arbonne? Does anyone else reckon? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I hear people. Yeah, there's one called Arbonne, affiliate link stuff. I think the thing with affiliate links is that there's not a lot of commission earning for the amount of graft that you have to put in. I remember someone actually contacted me a long time ago for Arbonne or something like that, and they were like, "Have you ever heard of it?" And I said no, and they contacted me through LinkedIn. They said, "Do you mind if we have a call? Because I want to talk to you about affiliate links." And I said, "Okay, I've got like 10 minutes. Let's have a chat." And they were like, "Do you want to push this product?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm not." I said, "What's the commission on it?" They were like, "Well, every time you sell a piece, it's like 3% on this, and you get 4." I was like, "It's not even worth the time."
Average purchase price of £3.
Oh, yeah, literally, So I think you have to be picky on the online product or service or shop that you're starting. But at the same time, there are some high commission stuff out there. But TikTok has high commissions for shops.
I think if you're going to do it, you just go for the higher ticket items, and you do less sales.
Yeah,
because especially if you're going to set it up on the side as a second business, I think just try and sell a few bigger items and get a much bigger chunk of commission. Nobody wants to take 1,000 packages to the post office, do they?
Yeah. But you know, it's funny. A lot of people are asking the question of what online business or what sales business or what shop do I start? And it's like, look, before you even get there, you need to learn about sales and marketing. You can't sell anything if you don't know how to sell.
But you know, no one wants to be original though, because they want to know what everyone else is doing that works and just copy it. Yeah. And the thing is, by the time you find out about something, it's already exploded and everyone's already made their money from it.
Yeah.
And you're just coming in on the back end and you're just going to pick up the scraps. So nobody's actually out there thinking this is a really good way of making money. We spoke about the TK Maxx. The TK Maxx selling opportunities. Did I tell you about that?
No.
So people go on to TK Maxx, they go to clearance and they sort by something like sort by limited stock.
Yeah.
So it will tell you if there's like one or two of that particular stock, and it might be reduced by 70%. And then they'll go onto eBay and they'll look how much that's retailing for on eBay. So it might be you could buy, I don't know, Hugo Boss jacket for like 200, but it retails at 400, and the only like comparison online is TK Maxx showing that you can get cheaper.
Yeah.
So you buy the last remaining one or two, that comes off the internet. So all that's showing is the eBay 400-500 price.
Yeah.
And if they don't sell it in the first 21 days, then they just return it and get a full refund.
Yeah, smart, isn't it?
Yeah. And then buy it again.
Yeah.
And get another 28 days.
There are like loopholes like that. But the thing is, with some reselling, I think you've got to be smart. Again, it's got to be time and value of how much money you're making for the time you're putting in, because there are a lot of ways to resell online where you haven't physically got to touch the product. I think that's the key thing. If you're going to sell anything online, you don't really want to physically touch the product all the time, because then that's more sort of hands to hand sort of transactions.
You know, you have to be
logistical, the packing, the shipping. But if you've got a big profit margin, and there's a big margin, I think that's what this comes down to, is how big is your margin for the product you're selling. I listened to an Audible, and someone was talking about when they were starting their online shop is that they were going for sort of high value but household goods that could be purchased every month, multiple times, opposed to someone buy one product and they don't need it for 2-3 months. So I think if anyone's going to start a business online, look at the product and make sure it's highly resellable. I think that's key. Is something, what does someone want every week or every month?
Yeah, not a one-off purchase.
Not a one-off purchase.
And you see that on Amazon now, don't you, where you can save if you basically commit to some sort of subscription of it being delivered monthly as well. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
I bought some dog food product, and it came up. It wasn't a lot cheaper. It was like £1 cheaper if you subscribe to getting it once a month or twice a month. So
there's a saving. I think anything when someone's looking at an online business, I think you have to look at good profits, minimal overheads. And then what you do is you really structure your hours around building that business, because I think with an online business, you have the capability to grow very quick if you're smart with your marketing. I think it comes, because like we've said before, when you break it down to, if you've got a £1 product, but your marketing is on point where you can market to say 5 million people, but you only get a 10% conversion buy rate, that's good money. And that's £1 a product. So it really does come. So if anyone's looking to start a business, make sure your sales and marketing is on point for an online business. And you have to grow quick.
And I think as well, I think a lot of people that try to do the Amazon FBA stuff as well, they kind of have a full-time job. Yeah. And because of like when you've got to post stuff out and stuff like that, they can't expand as quickly as they need to, because their working hours are consumed with their day job. Yeah. So there's limited time to when they can package the orders, ship them out, and also like address any questions that people might send in, and then they end up losing orders. So I think whatever side hustle someone wants to create, it has to fall in line with the actual times that they have available to do that side hustle as well.
I think also something that's really important, we've spoken about this a lot more, even some of the guests, try and build a team as quick as you can. It can be commission, virtual, doesn't have to be full-time employment team, but the quicker you can outlay certain tasks and the quicker you can bring people in and pay them a decent wage or a decent commission. I mean, online services, if you're building an online shop, who can sell for you? Like, who's a young, hungry individual who's happy to spend 2-3 hours a day or over a week and sell certain products, and they take 50% commission, like going back to penny stocks, go and sell all those penny stocks, take 50% of the earnings, and then you're going to drive that traffic to you. So build a team.
Well, if you think about that street interview you did with the students, and they said they wouldn't start a business because it's effort. Yeah. Like you said, if you're willing to put the effort in and create that business and then go and employ those people because they can't be bothered, they could earn, like you said, 50% of the commission. It doesn't mean those kids couldn't go on to actually do that job that they would have set a business up for, but they just haven't got that get up and go and got the effort, as they called it, to actually be the boss and set up the infrastructure.
It's environment, isn't it? We spoke recently about environment, the people that you're around, the attitudes that you're around, the mindset that you're around. You just subconsciously adopt it, whether you realize or not. You adopt it, and that will either create a limitation or it will open your mind to be limitless. And we're very much in that limitless stage. We've got an awesome team. We're building a lot of things, and it's kind of like, what's the next thing, opposed to, we can't do that.
Yeah.
That's the shift. When you really believe that you can do something and you're around other people that believe it as well and will push you and support you, you're like, fucking bring me the next thing. Like, where's the next hurdle?
Let's go jump off a building and start flying.
Let's do it, base jumping. But you feel on top of the world. If you're around really good people, it leaves you that feeling of limitless. So let's touch on the street interviews. Very interesting to hear the public's opinion on all different topics. A lot of them said, let's talk around the money actually. Some people said money was evil. I had some good responses to people saying, no, actually money can be really good. So why do we think people will still say money is evil?
Well, you could say people that think money is evil are people that don't have any money. Some people, it's what they do with the money. I mean, like if you're someone that is a gambler or a drinker, and you've never got any money because you keep blowing it on all of that, they might say it's a result of money that they're getting drunk all the time, or that they keep losing the money. So I don't know. It's an interesting question. What do you think?
I think it's habits. It's what they're used to. It's going back to parents. It's sort of the history of what they've known of money. And I think sometimes it's a case of lack of money makes you a bit bitter. Therefore, money's the problem. I think we are holding on to old narratives in the UK in terms of money will lead you down a dark road, opposed to it actually being like, we can have this, we could go here, we could live a nice life, we've got comfort, we've got options, we've got opportunity, which just makes a lot more sense saying all of that.
I suppose if, like for us, if you've got a nice lifestyle and you've got enough money and that supports you and your family, then you probably aren't subjected to the evilness of money that maybe someone who has millions is subjected to, whereby you've got people coming out of the woodwork, you've got family members that are constantly on you for handouts and stuff like that, and maybe that's when your opinion of money might change.
Well, I think this year a lot more people are becoming aware of money, especially a lot more younger people. We've said it before, but the younger generation are getting used to talking about bigger numbers, understanding, but there is that flip side where there are quite a lot of young people that expect it to be handed because that's what they're seeing online, is that it seems to be quite easy to obtain, and putting in years of effort is like, well, that's not what my phone's telling me. My phone's telling me that if I open up my laptop and open up a trading platform, I'm going to have all the money I want, and it's not like that. So there is this divide of, there are some people that understand the hardship, hence why they don't start it. And then there's this sort of delusional side of, well, money should come to me pretty easy. But money is available. Hard yards have got to be put in. And there's a lot of opportunity online. Like if you are smart, and we talk about that, don't we? Like smart working. It's not hard working. I did a video, actually, it was here, where I said, we're not picking up bricks anymore. You're not doing labour. You don't have to do digging the ground anymore, breaking your back. Like you can earn a decent living building a little side business, but you can't have that attitude of, oh, I can't do it, it's not possible, or if it's not possible, I want it overnight. Don't work like that, does it?
No, it doesn't. And I think back to when we were growing up, like it wasn't unusual to have a paper round, or even to, like I said on the last podcast, working on a market stall or helping your uncle out or your dad out at his job. Now it's all about the weekends are social time for the kids now. Like nobody's interested in going out and earning a bit of pocket money or something like that because they're just spoiled now, aren't they? Like all these kids you see walking around with like Moncler coats and stuff like that. I don't walk about with that.
Don't even know what that is. Not a clue.
But yeah, like expensive coats and shoes and everything like that. And you just think like, we were never given that as youngsters. Like, if we had it, we earned it. And I just think that whole kind of environment has shifted now where parents are probably expected to give their kids more to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, that's the problem though, isn't it? People want the luxuries. Not everyone, but there are a lot of people that would like the luxuries. But again, that does stem from what we see online. And that's why it's so important. I think Elizabeth said it really well, is that if you're seeing things online, and this is an important note for everyone, if you're seeing things online that are making you question your journey, where you are at, the stage that you're at, and should you be a little bit further ahead, or I'm not doing as well as them, that's actually probably an indication that you just need to wipe that out. Hit the block button and have things that will actually lift you up a little bit more, opposed to, well, I need to be wearing that, or I need to drive that, or something that's materialistic and going into that comparison state, because it's not good for your mental health. It's very, I think it kind of suffocates your growth.
Yeah, I think too many people are following too many influencers and reality TV stars.
Yeah,
and it's that whole glossy, filtered picture lifestyle that isn't real. And I just think that's why you've got so many people in depression, so many people committing suicide, because they're basing their reality on the fake reality that they're seeing on TV. Because reality TV, it's all fake.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing how people are always in that, two people that hate each other are always in that same bar or that same nail salon or where, at the exact time when the cameras are rolling. Like, it's all fake, it's all set up, and it's just producers getting enjoyment out of other people's misery.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you watched that program on Channel 4 called Traitors. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's BBC, isn't it?
Was it BBC?
Yeah, BBC, because we're watching it at the moment.
I don't know if they'll get a series 2, because that was brutal.
It was, yeah.
And that is purely like, people will come out of there questioning every relationship that they had. Because
well, they're doing an American version now, aren't they?
They were lied to, blue in the face.
Yeah.
And was like, 100%, I guarantee that person is not a traitor.
Yeah.
And then when they were, you could just see their face drop, like, how did I not get that?
Yeah.
So, again, like, people are getting enjoyment out of other people's misery on TV right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's dangerous.
I would say to anyone who wants to stay mentally sane, be careful of social leverage as well, where people are trying to use you on an online basis. You know, just like you're saying, you know, this whole Traitors program, it's a way to outplay someone, and not in a good way. I know it's for TV and they're trying to get views, but like you say, I can imagine some people come out and they'll be questioning things. You know, if someone says, do you want to do this? They're like, why do they want to do that? You know, like, are they trying to play me? And this is also ties into what we've said before, is in an online world that we're in, you have to categorize kind of who you release information to, because we're in a day and age now where you don't want to say something to someone in case they use it against you, or are they trying to leverage their platform, or they're trying to get ahead of you, or they're trying to make more money than me. Like, everyone's constantly double guessing everyone and who's chasing me and who's on my tail, and it's a bit of a toxic environment.
It's kind of like the chat we had on the train about the people adding you on your public profile. Like, you're constantly questioning, is this a real profile, or are they going to be the next one creating a scam account of me?
Yeah.
So it makes you a little bit paranoid, doesn't it?
Oh my God. But I'll tell you what, anyone on social media, big advice, if anyone follows you, check their account out. When do they last post? Does it have underscores, numbers, stuff like that? Look, just block. I block so many accounts all the time, because that's another thing, is there's so many people trying to scam, especially if you're in finance, business, money. They'll just duplicate your account and try and scam you, and all you can do is block them.
Yeah.
That's it, because it's such a fast-paced, weird world that we're in at the moment. But we're talking about this. We are actually in this world.
Yeah.
But we're trying to use it in the right way.
Yeah, and I think it's I can't remember who was on yesterday that said about it, but like in sales, or it might have been you, in sales, like you've got people that use their skill in the right way and people that use it in the wrong way. So if you look at someone like Jordan Belfort, for instance, probably one of the best salesmen in the world, but he chose to use that skill and that gift that he had the wrong way. So I think it's how you use it as well.
I think sales can be used, absolutely, in good and bad ways. But sales is at the heart of everything that we do.
Everything's
That's the thing. Everything is sales. And you can use sales in the wrong way, but for business, for bringing on sponsors, for pitching anything, for any new ventures, it's all sales. It is a very much a people's game, and you've got to be a people's person. But if you're crap at selling and you're just a good friend or you're just a likable person and you've got no sale to you, not a lot happens. Like I've really learned over the years now is that you just learn little sales techniques, subconsciously you kind of know what to say, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Learn how to sell.
Well, 15 years ago that's what I did. I was a sales trainer, and I did it for 5 years, and I would train companies up, and we had a really big, we had a good company. It's called Sales Training Made Simple. And I kind of got to a point where I perfected it, and I was doing it all subconsciously and I wouldn't realize, but I was also doing it at home. I was also doing it when we went out for dinner, and my wife would keep picking up on it, and she would constantly be saying to me, don't start coming at me with that sales bollocks again, because she could see I was actually trying to manipulate. Like I'd try and control where we were going, but I wasn't realizing that I was using the techniques. But because she'd been around it for so long, she would pick up on it. It was quite funny.
It's like the hand gestures, though. Everything you do fall into it, and I think sometimes you learn, or sometimes it's hard to learn to switch off. Because I have to admit, sometimes I go home and my son's like, Dad, you're doing the hands and stuff like that. And
do you get the volume thing?
No, I haven't had the volume.
Because we always have our earplugs.
I haven't had the volume thing, but I have been told you talk far too loud when you're on the phone to Paul. Everyone can hear you. Yeah. I'm being told by everyone, whatever house I'm at or wherever I'm on the move, if I'm in the street, I've always get told, you're too loud, you need to... Because we're just like, anyway, I'll see you soon.
Because we've got the old sound cancelling earphones, but I always get told I'm talking too loud, and I can't stand still when I'm talking. I've always been used to pacing, think on your feet, all of that. So
do you know what I've been trying?
Carpets are worn out in my house.
Well, little technique. If you're someone that is very loud, perhaps in business, you're in the sales department, you're someone who finds it hard to switch off. I can't remember who said, I think I was maybe someone at my gym, but to switch your weight session just before you get home, because it's that downtime. And I train in the morning typically, but actually I've started moving my weights session towards the end of the day because it does help me wind down. So I'm not as loud when I get towards the end of the day, but...
It's because you're shattered.
I know. Mate, I'm shattered.
Starts slurring.
Well, I didn't sleep last night. No. I didn't sleep last night. What? Let's, as we sort of come to a close, we've kicked it off with online businesses. The opportunity, people looking at Amazon FBA, e-commerce, all this, eBay shops, Shopify, there's Gumtree, there's sales that people are doing.
There's sourcing. Whether it's property, luxury products, clothing, everything.
So much opportunity. I think from what I've learned, and we'll get your take, if you're going to find something to go at, don't flitter too much. If you're going to learn an online business, stick with it, learn everything there is to know about it. Make sure it's something you can do long term, and then look to scale, have an incredible marketing strategy, and always learn sales. That would be my sort of ending advice. What about you?
Yeah. I think if you're going to be selling a product, I think focus on a product, put all your energy into that product, absolutely master selling that product, and then add a second product. But if you go at it with a full list of a selection of products, you're not going to be able to market anything specifically. So I think become a master of selling a product first and get it to a point where you're smashing out sales every single day, and then introduce a second product. Yeah,
and finally, look, numbers can be broken down very simply. If you think about it like this, you have a £50 product, and you just sell 10 of them a week, only 10, a product for $49.99, you have a good audience, good brand, good marketing strategy, and you know how to sell, and you only have to sell 10 of the product that is £50 a week, £50, and you only have to sell 10 of them, that's £2,000 a month. And that's replaced most average UK salaries. So it's very simple when you actually break it down. Try selling a product that is worth £50, 10 a week, and that would generate you £2,000 at a minimum.
While still being in full-time employment.
You could be in full-time employment. You could be at uni. So there's very, very little excuses. You can earn decent money, but you've got to have the mindset and the environment. Firstly, we thank everyone for watching. This has been the first Peak Performance podcast, and we will see you all very soon.